yeah, I decided to challenge myself to something similar to Inktober, but just for me, and I guess if anybody else wanted to participate, called Pencilvember, where I would draw in colored pencils every day. And this is how far I got. Maybe 5 days, maybe six. But actually, that moth drawing I showed you, the teal moth earlier, that was part of it. And I stuck to insects for a little while because I had so many photos of insects just on my phone. Um, yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, I feel like I've gotten way better with colored pencils just in the time that I spent doing it, even though it's like the 24th or the 25th today. So 20 days behind. I'm clearly not going to finish that challenge, but I tried something. I had a drying out tube of orange paint, and I decided to put it on a scrap piece of paper rather than just throw it away because when I mixed it with water, it just got clumpy. So, yeah. And then this was on the calendar at my old job, and I took a picture because I liked it because it was pretty true. It's kind of a boring job. I liked it, but it wasn't stimulating. That's not why I changed jobs. I changed jobs because I have a child to feed and I needed to move out of the situation I was in. So, more money, less problems. On this day, I took my son to the botanical gardens and we had a blast. We saw a bunny and we saw all kinds of plants. So I drew some of those plants and I drew that bunny. I when I worked at Michael's, I bought a pack of postcards. No, yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, postcards, which were $1, and they used to be like $9. So that was quite a steal. And I sent my friends each a postcard in the mail because I thought it would be funny. Like, ciao Bella, insinuating I'm going to Italy or something. Like, no, I'm still here. Nothing's going on. I just wanted to send you a postcard. Here's more practice with those watercolor pencils. I think I looked up like art.com and looked at the first few prints available on the homepage and just tried to make little mini thumbnails with them to practice, see if maybe these watercolor pencils work better with a portrait or a landscape or whatever. And I don't like them. I might need new ones or I'm just more practice. This was part of the Pencilvember challenge. I did a blue morpho butterfly for my mama because that's her favorite butterfly. She went to Panama with her class for biology and she saw a bunch of blue morphos and that's really cool. I'm kind of jelly. Here's a dumb little landscape out of my head with colors that don't go together. And that is the inside of my computer. I don't know anything about computers. My husband built my computer for me, which is super sweet. So all of these shapes, I don't know what they are, but if you can tell, I know that's a fan. That's the extent of my knowledge. That says gigabyte on it. I don't know if that's important. Here's a cow and a spider. Kind of looks like Lucas. Kind of cute. And then there's this girl, and I wish I'd written her name down, but she was on Instagram and she made this challenge to draw her character picture in your own style. So I tried to do that with my Touch New markers, and I have it on my Instagram. So I'm sure I put her like in the description of that picture. Random lady with weird mouth. And I drew Ethan and Ela Klein because I really like H3H3 Productions. I like them both as people. And then they were on a podcast with Bo Burnham, so I Googled him and tried to draw him too. I really like him. I especially like his Netflix special. I think it's called something about being happy. I don't remember exactly. It might just be called Happy, but highly recommend, especially if you are into sarcasm and existential dread. That's a painting of my husband with flowers for a face. That's Childish Gambino from that one song, Redbone, I think. That's his album art, is his face all crazy. And I was listening to the song, so it was up on the screen. And this is some stuff around the house and a tentacle. That is anxiety. That is a random drawing of a girl. This is an actual portrait of my husband with Prismacolor pencils, again with the Pencilvember challenge. And that, I took some charcoal and I was like trying to draw a flower, and it turned out very Georgia O'Keeffe, if you know what I mean. I wasn't intending that, but I almost just want to paint over it because that's like, oh no, not what I wanted. This was a tattoo design, at least the beginning of one, for my friend Morgan. It says Seahorses Forever, which is from a classic video. I think it's called Sitting in Chairs. If you're interested, it's a little explicit, but I think it's funny. Blobular animals. Okay, so in high school, I drew a picture called Black Eyed Susan, and it was a girl with yellow hair and black eyes, like she'd been punched in the face. And so I tried to redraw it. This is the first time I've ever done one of those, like, redraw it challenges, and it does look better, but not good enough for me to post, so it's just in my sketchbook. On this day, I didn't know what to draw, so my husband said, draw what's on the screen, and his background for his desktop changes every like 15 seconds. So every time I thought I was getting somewhere, it would change, so I'd try to do the next one. Like, this was a group of pencils, colored pencils. This was a ladybug. This was, oh my goodness, what's that metal that when you melt it, it turns square? Like cubical? Oh my goodness. It's gonna come to me tonight at 3 a.m, but that's what that was supposed to be. And Blastoise, and then the rest I don't really know what it was, but yeah. Abstract thingamabobs, some seashells. This is a painting I want to do someday when I'm really good at painting, whenever that will be. And my husband just saw me talking to the camera, kind of embarrassing. Yeah, so it's like a person laying down in distress or something, and then that's also the same person, like, picking themselves up, kind of, and then, like, begrudgingly walking away, and then they stand up a little straighter, and it's like finding hope. This one, they're a little more excited. This one, they're like jumping for joy, and then this one is just like a ball of light. And I don't know if that's like dying and then going into the afterlife, or if that's like having depression and thinking there's no way out, and then eventually making yourself take a shower, and your life gets a little better as you heal. Or maybe all those things, but that's just kind of a cycle I have in my personal life, so I'd like to make it a big painting. And yeah. This one, I wanted to do something abstract, so I just started scratching with a pink marker, and it turned out like a flower, and I was like, oh, well, I can't do abstract because everything has a form for me. Everything looks like a thing. So I just made a bunch of flowers that aren't even good. I was babysitting a little girl, and she is 5 or 6, and she wanted me to draw a mermaid, so I drew a mermaid, and then she drew a mermaid for me. And this, I don't remember what she said it was, but it's something. That's me trying to do a portrait with colored watercolor pencils. Not digging it. The end. Kind of gave up at the end, as you can see. Well, thanks for watching.